Look at the bottom of the screen. How perfect is that? I don't know how much of a what if this is going to be, but I may or may not have kind of jumped the gun here and didn't really realize the overall Marshawn Lynch was, but I wanted to see what kind of impact Marshawn Lynch has on the league in general, but also just, you know, in game. I'm going to also just make the assumption, which I'm not saying it's true, but let's just say Marshawn Lynch did come back to the Seahawks. We're just going to say that Eddie Lacy would have been a Raider instead. I'm not saying that's 100% true, but let's just say it did, just, you know, just for the hell of it. So, of course, with these, you have to first see how the team does without said player or players. We have, of course, know the Seahawks and or Raiders are decent in sim, so this might not have a most definitive, you know, results. But of course, these videos are kind of gimmicky here and there, so it is what it is. Obviously, this is more of a fun one, kind of a, you know, NFL fantasy type deal, because obviously I would assume Seahawks fans do miss Marshawn Lynch in a Seattle jersey. He was really electrifying and awesome to watch. Like, you just never knew if you were going to get the man down. You just never did. I don't know how. His body type really isn't built for it, but somehow he's just slippery. I don't know how well he's going to play this year, but we'll see. 11-5 for the Seattle Seahawks. MVP Rodgers already a known factor here. Russell Wilson, you know, pretty game manager style stats. Nothing too special there. Rushing, of course, we see Eddie Lacy, 3.7 a carry, 8 touchdowns. Rawls, 1,200 yards, 3.9 up carry, 10 touchdowns, 4 fumbles for Rawls, 2 for Lacy. Receiving, we got Doug over 1,000. Tyler Lockett, surprisingly, with 14 touchdowns. But, like, what are you doing with the yards, bro? It's just not getting thrown to as much, I suppose. Blocking is actually really good considering the squad this is. Of course, let's look more in depth. 15th offensive, rank versus first defensive. That's actually really good. But also we have to take a look. You know, this is kind of a two-parter. How do the Raiders do on the ground? Marshawn Lynch, 4.6, quite a bit of an upgrade. Almost 1,400 yards, 15 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Ground game looking strong for the Raiders. Let's take a look at their ranks. And the Raiders rank number 3 in offense. Defense, I mean, we'll take a look. It doesn't really matter too much. They are number 13. Awards, I suppose we will take a quick gander. See if any awards. Marshawn, where is he? Number 4 for running backs. What else do we have? Nothing else there. Do we have anything on the NFC side? NFC side is kind of tough to win awards, especially for the running back position. Running back, Seahawks aren't a top 10 at all for the running back position. Seahawks best linebacker, Bobby, at 3. And that is pretty much it. So, we do have a playoff trip here for the Seahawks. Did we get one for the Raiders, though? The Raiders, I don't know, unless they didn't. To be fair, they could have another matchup. We'll take a look in a bit. Let's see if we can win the Super Bowl, though. See if we even need Marshawn Lynch. And we win the game there. I'm going to go against the Panthers. Is this going to be another win? It is. Going against the Lions, who, of course, did not do that well for us in our sim. And here we go, going on to the Super Bowl. 9-7 Steelers. This is going to be a Super Bowl win with Thomas Rawls and Eddie Lacy. I mean, I like the 1-2 there. You would like to think Marshawn Lynch would be more or a little bit better, and it appears the Seahawks have won the Super Bowl versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. I wonder if, you know, because these, I mean, it sucks for me, obviously, when something like this happens. We didn't get a Raiders win, by the way. The Raiders did not make the playoffs. But it sucks when something like that happens because you can see that, you know, what is going to happen. At the end of the day, even if we win, like, it has to be so much more dominating. Otherwise, it's wasted. But will the Eddie Lacy being on the Seahawks or on the Raiders, will that help the Raiders make it now? Of course, we're going to trade Marshawn Lynch over to the Seahawks if they can afford him. I see they should be able to. I mean, they don't have that kind of money spent. Oh, they're a little low. Of course, simple trade there between the two. I'm just going to call it Lynch. Got a lot of different things going on here. I really wish they just automatically had historic rosters on this game. I don't know why they don't do that. little bit of laziness from EA, I suppose. Or they just can't get the rights to that. I don't know. So here we are. Marshawn Lynch with 87 Rawls as well on the roster. Let's take a look at the Raiders. Eddie Lacy. I mean, technically, if we're looking at stats, I'd probably rather have Lacy and Madden. I don't know the physical stats, but Eddie Lacy seems like a beastier player to have. At least user. Obviously, Lynch in real life, he's got the beast mode ability. 89 speed, though. I did not expect him to have that much speed. That is what it is, though. We went, I believe, 11-5 with a Super Bowl win. I don't even write any of this down. I just usually use my brain powers and remember all of this stuff. I mean, it's going to be pretty obvious to see that not much should change unless Marshawn absolutely nails it. I mean, he's got a much worse offensive line now. So, honestly, we could see the Seahawks miss because I don't know if he's going to be able to run that well behind this line. So with Marshawn Lynch, we actually get a bye. 11-5 though, same exact record. Let's take a look here. 32-15, pretty similar stats. Marshawn Lynch, he does perform better than Rawls did. Rawls as a backup performed better than Lacy did, and I mean, it's not as good as his Raider year, but still better than Rawls and Lacy. But here you can see, other than Baldwin, the rest of the receiving core, very split. Marshawn Lynch actually has a really good season there. A lot of 500-plussers. Only one guy over 1,000. It was nice, though. It was 1,400 yards, which is really good. Let's see the stats, though. Offense, 5th. I don't remember the offense, actually. Defense, 3rd. I'm pretty sure that's very accurate. I'm doing this a little bit out of order, but AFC... we can see the Raiders, they dropped quite a bit. They were number 3, now they're like 11. Defense, they do jump to number 6, however. So the defense plays better for the Raiders, but the offense does drop down quite a bit. Let's see if Lacy had a good season. And, I mean, not really. 3.6 a carry isn't the greatest in the world. Derek Carr plays much worse with Eddie Lacy. Maybe just not as great of a receiving option. Just not as effective as Lynch, I suppose. But let's take a look at the awards. Did any team get any? I would assume we got a few. Going on to AFC. I guess the most important thing is that the Raiders make the playoffs this time. I think I seen the Raiders' name in there. Maybe I didn't. Raiders might have missed again. This time they're 6-10. Holy crap, the Raiders are done no matter what. Which is really shocking. They normally do pretty well, and then this experiment, they've just died. I don't know what to tell you. It would appear that we have done better with Lynch. I mean, I would say we're better with Lynch, but can we win the Super Bowl with Lynch is the question. We do have a bye week, so that's nice. We already automatically have a better starting advance. And I believe we lose our first game. So, if I'm gonna, I mean, just basing off of this, Marshawn Lynch leaving the Seahawks was the best thing for both of them. For both of them. Of course, the Raiders, I don't know, they just had a flub sim here. But Lynch obviously played better as a Raider. And, of course, the Seahawks, they won without Lynch. And, I don't know, maybe they just didn't depend on the run as much. And that's usually what the Seahawks do. But Rawls was pretty good for them. And Lynch, I mean, he was good. It's just not as good as a Raider. And overall, lost the first game. I know it's all sim. We had to play the Falcons. I don't know if we even had to play the Falcons in any of the playoff games last year. But Lynch, he's a 90 overall. I don't know why once he turned into a 90 overall that they would not have him there. But, I mean, that's going to be the video from me. Another one of these in the books. Let me know if you guys have any players you'd like to see. I try to keep it within reasonable era where, let's say Clinton Portis. I don't know, just something relatively relevant, though. Because Clinton Portis, obviously, it's kind of stupid, though. But yeah, just any of that. Or, what if punters had 99 speed and could catch passes? I don't know. Something good. I try to think of these things, but they usually end up gimmicky. I like the Calvin one a little bit, though. I did. That was kind of fun. This one, not so much fun, because I didn't, honestly, going into it, I didn't think Rawls was going to be that high of an overall. I knew he was decent. I thought maybe 83, though. But he's very close to Lynch's overall. And so far, we've seen Lynch is more of a problem for this team than anything. So good thing for them. Plus, they didn't have to pay Lynch, so that's nice. Or did they have to? They might have had to pay for him to come back. I don't remember. I don't think he paid his contract back. I don't know. But anyways, hope you guys enjoy the video. If you're new to the channel, maybe subscribe. If you like, whatever. Just watching this is nice, though. I appreciate all of it. Thanks for the support. And hope you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see ya!